Hey, Heartland fans, welcome home. This is UK Pulse, your trusted companion for all things Heartland, where we don't just follow the story, we live it, breathe it, and feel every heartbeat of the Fleming Bartlett legacy. And today, we're diving into one of the most powerful moments in Heartland history, the season 19 premiere. After years of sorrow, speculation, and silent hope, Borden's return has finally shattered the silence. It's the twist no one dared believe, but every devoted fan secretly longed for. But this is more than just a shocking comeback, it's an emotional reckoning. We're exploring every raw, intimate moment as Amy stands face to face with the love she lost. Lindy senses a bond she's only dreamed of. Jack and Lou are swept into a storm of disbelief and fragile hope. Georgie searches for answers that don't come easy, and Tim is haunted by the chance to make things right. This episode isn't just about what happened, it's about what it means. For the family, for the ranch, and for us, the fans who've walked this journey from the very start. If you've been waiting for Heartland to hit you right in the soul again, this is it. And we're unpacking every breathtaking second. So don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell, because we're just getting started with this unforgettable chapter. Let's ride into it together. The episode opens with a breathtaking aerial sweep of Heartland Ranch, drenched in the golden hues of early morning. The familiar expanse of rolling fields, the timeless red barn standing proud, and the gentle rustling of the wind through the trees instantly welcome viewers back to the soul of the series. It's more than a setting, it's home, steeped in memories, love, and quiet resilience. As the camera glides closer, we find Amy Fleming, portrayed with quiet strength by Amber Marshall, moving gracefully through her morning routine. She's in the paddock, surrounded by the horses she's always trusted more than words. Her eyes reflect a deep, contemplative stillness, a woman at peace with her surroundings, but still carrying the silent ache of a heart that hasn't fully healed. The warmth of the sun contrasts sharply with the cold void left by Ty's absence, and it's in these small, wordless moments that Amy's internal battle is felt most powerfully. Each action, every feed bucket placed, every gentle stroke across a horse's mane reveals a piece of her emotional landscape. There's a pause as she leans against the fence, her gaze distant, lost in thought. The camera lingers here, soaking in the quiet heartbreak etched into her expression. A single tear nearly falls, but doesn't. She's learned to hold it all in. This isn't just routine, it's survival. And it sets a haunting, emotionally charged tone for everything that follows. Later, as the golden light fills the cozy kitchen, Amy returns indoors to find Lindy waiting, her eyes bright with that special kind of childhood wonder. The house, though, still warm and welcoming, carries the echoes of laughter that once filled it. The scent of pancakes and the clinking of dishes paint a picture of normalcy, yet under the surface, both mother and daughter are navigating a world forever changed. The morning begins like any other. Lindy's cheerful chatter fills the kitchen as she shares tales from school and her love for the horses. Her laughter is pure, bright, and innocent. But beneath Amy's warm smile lies a storm of unspoken emotion. Then, with the kind of honesty only a child can summon, Lindy asks the question that slices through Amy's heart like a blade wrapped in silk. "Mommy, where's Daddy?" Time stops. Amy's breath catches. The sparkle in her eyes flickers for just a second, dimmed by a sorrow she's worked so hard to hide. Her heart pounds with the weight of memories she never wanted to carry alone. She kneels beside Lindy, brushing a golden strand of hair from her daughter's cheek. Her voice is soft, trembling, but not from fear. From the unbearable strength it takes to smile through 1,000 invisible scars. "Daddy had to go away for a little while," she whispers, "but he loves us more than anything, even if he can't be here." Lindy's next words land like thunder in a quiet room. "Will he ever come back?" Amy's heart shatters silently. But before she can answer, the world shifts. Outside, something feels different. The everyday sounds of the ranch, the wind, the horses, the gravel crunching are suddenly underscored by a haunting stillness. The camera pulls wide, cinematic and slow, revealing a lone figure approaching in the distance. Just a silhouette on the horizon, but enough to freeze Amy in place. Her eyes narrow. Her breath halts. The bridle slips slightly in her grasp as the air thickens around her. The camera draws in close, capturing a storm of emotion washing over her face, fear, disbelief, and beneath it all, an impossible flicker of hope. She steps forward almost unconsciously, heart pounding louder than the wind. The figure draws nearer, step by aching step. The light shifts and then, the impossible becomes real. Ty Borden. His name doesn't need to be spoken, we see it in her eyes. In the way her soul seems to recognize him before her mind can believe it. The camera lingers on his face, weathered by time but unchanged in the way that matters. Amy's legs carry her forward, hesitant but desperate. Her tears fall freely now, and so do his. They lock eyes. And in that suspended moment, everything else vanishes: years of grief, every sleepless night, every unanswered question, all erased in the quiet miracle of his presence. Amy reaches for him, her fingers trembling, afraid to believe he's real. When they touch, the world exhales. Ty, she breathes, her voice cracked with emotion. Without a word, he pulls her into his arms. Their embrace is messy, breathless, desperate, a reunion drenched in love, pain, and indescribable relief. Then comes the truth. With a voice steady but soaked in sorrow, Ty explains. His disappearance wasn't a death, but a sacrifice. After testifying against a dangerous criminal from his humanitarian work in Mongolia, he was placed in witness protection. A ghost forced into hiding for the safety of those he loved most. Every day apart was agony. But now, the threat is gone, and he's come home. Amy listens, her soul aching, as she hears the reasons, the secrets, the heartbreak behind every silent year. She wants to rage, to collapse, to rewind time, but all she can do is hold him, because he's here. Alive, home, hers. And then another moment. From the ranch house window, Lindy watches with wide eyes. The man holding her mother is unfamiliar, but something about him feels like home. She steps outside, cautious and curious. Ty turns at the sound. His eyes land on Lindy. And for the first time in years, father and daughter see each other. She's no longer the baby he left behind. She's grown, stronger, but in her eyes, he sees that same spark. His knees buckle slightly as he crouches and whispers, "Hi, Lindy." She stares, the wheels turning in her young mind. Then, something deep inside her clicks. She runs. Straight into his arms. He clutches her to his chest like he's holding the entire world. Tears flood his eyes. Amy watches, overwhelmed, as her daughter reunites with the man she thought was only a bedtime story. It's raw. It's unfiltered. It's the purest kind of love. Family reactions. The news spreads across the ranch like wildfire. Jack is the first to arrive. His boots hit the dirt with slow, weighted steps. When he sees Ty, his breath leaves him. Years of grief flash behind his eyes then. With no words needed, he grips Ty's shoulders and pulls him into a long, rugged embrace. "Welcome home, son," he mutters, his voice thick with emotion. Lou comes next, breathless and stunned. She sees Ty, and everything logic, doubt, the pain of believing he was gone, melts away. Her hug is tight, protective, fierce. "It's really you," she whispers. "I never stopped hoping." And finally, Georgie bursts onto the scene. She freezes, then cries out laughing and sobbing at once as she runs into his arms. "I knew you'd come back," she says, clinging to him like she never wants to let go. In that single, unforgettable moment, they all stand together: Amy, Ty, Lindy, Jack, Lou, Georgie, bound by loss, reunited by love. The past is scarred, the future unknown, but the family is whole again. And for the first time in a long time, it feels like Heartland. "I can't believe you're back," she exclaims, her voice filled with joy. Ty laughs, a sound that hasn't been heard around the ranch in far too long. He hugs Georgie tightly, grateful for her enthusiasm and support. Georgie's reaction is a refreshing burst of youthful energy and optimism, a stark contrast to the more reserved reactions of the adults. Tim, the often gruff and complicated father, Amy and Lou, arrives last. His relationship with Ty has always been complex, marked by moments of tension and mutual respect. Tim's face is a mask of controlled emotion as he approaches. For a moment, there's a tense silence, as if both men are unsure of how to proceed. Then, in a rare show of vulnerability, Tim extends his hand. Ty hesitates for a split second before shaking it. The handshake is firm, but there's a hint of a smile on Tim's face. "Glad you're back," he says, his voice gruff but sincere. This moment of reconciliation is a subtle but significant step in mending their complicated relationship. New normal. With Ty's return, life at Heartland begins to shift, not back to the old normal, but into something new, fragile, and full of promise. The ranch buzzes with quiet excitement as the family starts weaving him back into their everyday rhythm. Around the kitchen table, where love is always served with a side of laughter, they gather once more, trading stories, reliving memories, and filling the silence left by years apart. On the surface, it's warmth and joy, but beneath the smiles lie deeper currents. In quiet corners and stolen moments, Amy and Ty talk. Not just about the time they lost, but about who they became in the process. These conversations are raw and real, layered with relief, haunted by pain, and wrapped in the cautious hope of a second chance. Amy shares her fears, her doubts, and the silent burdens she carried alone. Ty listens, his voice steady, vowing that this time he's here to stay. The news of Ty's return spreads like wildfire through the Heartland community. Friends, neighbors, and longtime allies show up in waves, bringing casseroles, tight hugs, and teary-eyed smiles. A heartwarming welcome back gathering fills the ranch with music and joy. Under strings of lights and a sky full of stars, heartfelt speeches and laughter echo across the fields, proving that Heartland isn't just a place. It's a family that extends beyond blood. But not every moment is easy. The path to healing isn't without its bumps. Amy and Ty, now older and shaped by pain, find themselves learning how to love each other all over again. Parenting disagreements arise. Misunderstandings surface. They stumble, but they keep choosing one another day by day, moment by moment. Lindy, too, must navigate this new chapter. Her heart soars at her dad's return, but her young mind grapples with the mystery of where he's been and why he was gone. Ty, determined to rebuild what they've missed, pours his heart into every moment with her, from teaching her to ride to bedtime stories under the stars. Their bond, once paused, begins to blossom anew, tender, hesitant, and achingly beautiful. Throughout the episode, memories flood in flashbacks of Ty and Amy's most cherished moments. Their wedding, Lindy's birth, the quiet smiles, the fierce love. These glimpses into the past are stitched into the present like emotional threads, reminding us of everything they've endured and everything they're still fighting for. Amy's journey shines through it all. We see her strength not just in what she's overcome, but in how she loves with quiet grace and fierce loyalty. The score swells around her story, pulling every emotion to the surface as past and present collide. In the final scene, Amy and Ty sit side by side on the porch, the sky painted in golden hues as the sun sets behind the Rockies. It's not a fairy tale ending, it's something better, real, raw, and quietly powerful. They talk about tomorrow, about dreams reborn and love rediscovered, about the promise of forever even when the road is uncertain. And as they sit there, hand in hand, the message is clear. Some love stories don't end. They just begin again. Ty talks about his desire to return to veterinary work and his passion for helping animals. Amy, on the other hand, expresses her wish to continue her work with horses and to expand their business. They also discuss the possibility of having more children, a topic that brings a mixture of excitement and apprehension. This dialogue is filled with love and optimism, setting the stage for the challenges and triumphs they will encounter in the rest of the season. And that's a wrap on our in-depth breakdown of Heartland Season 18, Episode 1. Ty Borden's return has brought a whirlwind of emotions, not just for the characters, but for us, viewers as well. The reactions from Amy, Lindy, Jack, Lou, Georgie, and Tim have added layers of depth and complexity to this emotional homecoming. As they navigate this new chapter, we can only anticipate the journey ahead with bated breath. What did you think of Ty's return and the reactions of the Heartland family? How do you think their relationships will evolve in the upcoming episodes? So now, we turn it over to you. Was Ty's return everything your heart had been waiting for? Which moment touched you the most? We'd love to hear your thoughts, your theories, and your favorite scenes. Drop them in the comments below and connect with fellow Heartland fans who feel the story just as deeply as you do. This community is more than just a fan base. It's a family bound by love, emotion, and the timeless magic of Heartland. If this journey moved you, inspired you, or brought back memories, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a beat of the stories we bring to life. Here on UK Pulse, we're just getting started with more heartfelt moments, powerful character arcs, and passionate storytelling coming your way. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you for watching, for believing, and for keeping the soul of Heartland burning bright. Your support means the world to us, and it's what makes this journey so special. Until we meet again, stay hopeful, stay connected, and never stop believing in the power of love and second chances. We'll see you soon, right here on UK Pulse.